So, as a small business owner, it is very important to make sure that you have your own business checking account so that way you can manage all of your income coming in and all your expenses going out as a small business versus having it with your personal stuff. Like it's pretty important, especially when it comes to like tax time and managing everything. So, the other thing that's actually really important, at least for some small business owners like myself, I love having different bank accounts to have different things that go into them for a particular reason. And I'm gonna actually take you on my computer here to show you one of my bank accounts and how I split everything up to make my life 10 times easier knowing how much is in each account and what they are for. Now, they're all with the same bank itself, but they actually have multiple checking accounts available for me to be able to go through this process. Now, depending on the banks that you use, one of the ones I like to use is called Novo Bank. I'll link for them in the show notes down below if you want to check them out. They do something similar where you have a checking and then you have like multiple reserved accounts that you can do the same thing with, but I'm going to show you these 6 accounts that you're going to need. So this is going to be one of my checking accounts that we have, and you can see that there are 6 accounts. So there's a thing called OPEX, taxes, owner's pay, income, sales tax, and profit. Now, there's a reason these all have a particular name because one, it helps us identify each one, and then it makes it easier when it comes time for owing money for certain things, as we'll kind of go over here. So the first one is the most important, and that's going to be the income account. This is where literally everything that we make and earn from this one business gets put into this account. Now, the reason for that is because I need to split up the money that comes into this account into these other checking accounts. And so the first thing that money goes into is actually our sales tax. So for this particular business, we do have to deal with sales tax. You might not have to with your business, so keep that in mind. That's one less account you have to worry about. But the reason this is critical is because when it comes time to owe that sales tax, I want to make sure we have the money in that account for that particular reason. One, it's easy because it's an exact amount based off of our income. So all that time we have money coming into our income, I have a certain calculator that I just split back into our sales tax, and then that's it. No other worries when it comes to that. The next step after that is going to be what we call our owner's pay account. Now, this is where we pay ourselves. This is not always necessary for every person, especially if you just need like 1 or 2 accounts and then the rest is always going back to you. So this is going to be how much we pay ourselves, because it's actually really important. As a small business owners, we tend to leave ourselves out when it comes to getting paid. And I don't know why we do that as small business owners. We think that maybe if we just reinvest our money, it'll help us grow faster and then we can get paid out later. Well, pay yourself now. It's going to be helpful. You're always going to make a way to earn that income that you need to take care of your other bills. Now, after that, for me, a really important one is going to be operational expenses. This is going to be everything else that comes due when it comes for your account. Whether it's rent and utilities, payroll, maybe if you have other employees. This is going to be for insurance, for gas, for food, for everything that your business needs to run as a business comes out of this account. And so that way it's easy to know that all of our bills come from this one account, so that way we can keep track of things a lot easier. Now, after I figure out what that percentage is, usually around like 60% or so, we're going to put some money into taxes. Now, this is not sales tax. This is just regular taxes that the company is going to owe based off how much we're going to make and how much we made versus how much we spent, and then whatever's left over, that gets taxed. And so we want to kind of give an estimate. Now, it's not always exact. I usually just do a certain percentage based off of what our estimate is to make for the year. And then we go ahead and put a little bit every time we have money coming in. It just makes it easier instead of having a large tax bill at the end of the year, or technically you should be probably paying quarterlies to pay every quarter. It's not one lump sum. It is one lump sum because I have that money building up over time and not just randomly having to figure out, how to come up with an extra couple $1,000s to pay taxes. And then the last one down here is called profit. And this is the one that's pretty vital for long-term growth. So if you're somebody like myself who likes to reinvest in your businesses and have them continue to grow and be successful, and also have a little bit of money on the side in case something happens, because things will happen in business, that's where this account comes in. So this is not for operational expenses. This is not for taxes. This is not for, owner's pay or sales tax. This is for long-term growth. Maybe you need an updated computer. Maybe you need to transfer to a new location. Maybe you want to do something big or like huge advertisement in a couple of months, but you don't want to just have the money spent. You want to save for it. Essentially, that's what a profit account is for. Essentially, it's future savings for big events or big investments that you want for your company. And in doing so and having all these different accounts available for you will help you really categorize everything and have it be there, especially sales tax. That's like the number one most important one, because like you do not want to mess with the government and owe them money. But everything else is honestly just as important long term, because it helps you visualize everything. It helps you pay yourself, which I think is very important. It helps you plan for the future, which is really good. And it helps you pay all the bills that are going to be due, because you know what's coming up and all that money is going to be in that account getting pulled all at once. And you don't have to worry about everything else coming together, or like having to split it up on like a spreadsheet of, well, there's $20,000 in my one checking account. You know, how much is to each of these sectors? No, they're each individual. Now, that's just the way we like to do it, and I feel like it helps a lot when it comes to managing our money, making sure we pay ourselves, and making sure we have money for our future. Now, the first thing you can do is check with your bank to see if they allow you to have multiple accounts. If not, you can also check out the link down below for Novo. That's one of the business bank accounts that we utilize. You essentially can have reservation accounts, which is effectively additional checking accounts, so that way you can have your money split up into these different types of funds. That's what we like to use. This is a different bank that I showcase here today, but that was just the easiest way to kind of break down everything as well. But as a small business owner to another small business owner, I want you to keep on learning and growing to help manage your business. So check out my video right over here. It'll actually be about the small business bank account, so you can learn more about it. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in that next video.